obstacles are real. It's inevitable. It will come whether you like it or not. We should expect that and we should be ready for that. The question should be, how should how, how do we keep chasing our dreams? How should we keep chasing our dreams while facing challenges in life? One of the obstacles that is so common today is delays. By nature, we want now. By nature, we want instant. Instant noodles, drive-through, instant food, instant here, instant there. We want prayers. We want our prayers be answered right away. We want everything done according to our plan. And when God put us into a waiting room, then we react. When God says, not yet, or God says, wait, then we start the battle in our minds. Right? And the waiting room can be full of temptations. We'll be tempted to give up because we don't want to wait. We'll be tempted to stop chasing our dreams and do some crazy things that are displeasing in the eyes of God or against the will of God. We will not move to the next step because we don't want to wait. And I remember that a couple of times we went to the doctor, the clinic here, just to walk in. And we waited for an hour. And then I said, okay, you know what? Yeah, forget it. I'll die. I don't want to wait. So we went outside. And the following day, because we walk in. So now we book. Then we book again. We book. And then we waited for another hour. And it's like, if we will go, we will really die. So we have to wait na lang. Okay? We have to wait until our turn. And then the doctor came and said, Doc, I'm sorry, but we need to go. And then the doctor said, yeah, I'm not having a good day too. All of us hate waiting, right? We want right now. We want something to be offered right away. We want something to do for us. And right, when you are waiting at the restaurant, you will complain because, oh, where's my food, right? And because we hate delays. And these are obstacles of dreams. And we will experience delays. Your dreams will not happen right away. We have to wait. And I am with you. It can be frustrating. It may lead to different kinds of negative emotions. We would start being anxious. We would be discouraged, frustrated, and impatient. And our anxiety level would increase. And we will start questioning, God, are you really God? I think you're not doing a good job. You're not answering my prayers. You're not helping me achieve my dreams this year. Then we will start tampo to God. What's English of tampo? Salty. Ano? Ha? Salty, ha? Parat di ka, paano? But something that you just don't want to make something to do with God, okay? And the worst case is you will run away from your dreams. You will not chase your dreams anymore. You will give up. Another obstacles that people stop chasing, or reason that stop chasing their dreams, is when they encounter dead ends in life. You know the feeling that you've done everything you could, you've mix all the emotions, and then things happen not the way you want it to happen. Dead ends. I did everything I could. I considered everything I would, and then I consulted every person that I could ask, and now I'm in a dead end, and I don't know what to do. And the stress is killing you. You had sleepless night because you keep thinking, what is your next step for these dreams, or what is your next step tomorrow? And as a result, because you are so stressed, you are hurting people around you. You will easily get irritated to your wife and to your husband, to your family members. Can you just give me a break? Can you just move there? Because I'm thinking for what will happen, because this is not what I expected to do. I thought it's going to be smooth this year, and then now this is what's happening. You get irritated, and you will be insensitive to your wife, and you will keep nagging to your husband, and you will be irritated to your kids, and the kids will withdraw because they don't want to talk to you because you're so irritable. And then it will go and go and go, the domino effect. You don't want to meet your friends. You don't want to communicate with your friends because you feel so ashamed. You feel so embarrassed and guilty and regretful because your plans did not materialize the way you wanted to happen. You lose your passion. You lose your motivation and your inspiration to achieve your dreams. And then you start to ask God, Lord, why you lead me here and leave me miserable? You told me to go, and as I go, why I'm here? Feeling so alone and miserable. I don't know what is my next move anymore. I want to go back home, right? I want to give up. I'm done with this dream. And that's just always I ask to those students, huh? When after a month, I would ask you, or after 6 months or a year, I would say, hey, how are you doing? And the kids, I would ask them, how are you feeling right now? No, I heard better than months ago because I want to know, how are you doing? And one, I asked, I want to go home. I'm done here. I was a contractor back home. And here, I'm working as a demolition man. Right? I want to go on. Surrender. I give up. Come on. If God put you here, brought you here, God will get you through. We'll talk more about that. But this year, we will experience a lot of difficulties. You name it. And there are external difficulties. These are the things that are out of our control. The things that are such as weather, like this. This is out of our control. Minus 38? Are you kidding me? Minus 4 feels like minus 47. Are you kidding me? These are hard. These are out of our control. The natural disaster, the economic order, the recessions, these are out of our control. The government policies, they raise the show money for students starting January. And this is out of our control. How about the people's feelings, thoughts, actions, if they will like us or dislike us, those are out of our control. And sometimes these are difficulties to our dreams. I will not push my dream because my brother, my sister is against this. I will not push my dream because my parents are against it, or the people, your friends, are against this. Then those are difficulties. And of course, you will have to reconsider and reevaluate. You have to assess and ask further about what's happening. But these are the difficulties that we will experience this year, and we might thought that we have to stop, but these are barriers that we may lead us to stop chasing our dreams. There are also internal difficulties. These are the things that within our control, the things that we might lose control, right? Our response to failures, to the situations, the adjustment period, the learning curve, as you get out of your comfort zone, is so very, very challenging for some people. That may lead for them to stop dreaming and give up from chasing their dreams. Your thoughts about the situation. Sometimes we're too perfectionists. We want everything in order. And if that will not happen the way we want it to be, we give up right away. Those are things within our control. But we lose control. We mismanage our schedule. We mismanage our finances. We mismanage our emotions, our time, talent, and treasures. And as a result of that, we get discouraged. We don't want to continue with life. And we give up chasing our dreams. And just like many of you, if I encountered these things this year, I would also give up. If I encounter delays, dead ends, and difficulties, I hate these things. I want a smooth road to success. And just like you, I feel you. I don't want problems. I don't want troubles. I don't want challenges. If I encounter these things, I would give up chasing my dreams. I would live a mediocre life. But that is not the right thing to do. If ako lang, I don't want it. If I would allow my selfish nature, I don't want it. But that is not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to dream big. The right thing to do is to dream big and have a great faith in a great God. The right thing to do is to decide strong, to make wise, good decisions. The right thing to do is to defeat all these obstacles to our dreams. And Booker Washington said, success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. Booker Washington has experienced obstacles that most of you couldn't imagine. He was born a slave during the 1800s. After being slave, in his family, in his early life, he just lived a very poor life, 1 meal a day. And then after that, his family moved to West Virginia, where he spent his days packing salt. Packing salt. And as a young adult, Washington took a job as a janitor to pay his way through the school. Janitor. He was persisted to become an educator and founded Tuskegee Institute. And now it's known as the Tuskegee University. Booker is an example that the road to success is very difficult, challenging, but the other side can be promising. And if you want to be successful in life, if you want to overcome all the obstacles that you will face this year as you chase your dreams, the only way for you to overcome these obstacles is to change your perspective. You have a choice to have a victim mindset and to play your victim card, or to reign victorious at the end of this year. I believe the right choice to make is to be a victor thinker, victor mindset, having a right perspective in life. Yes, there will be delays along the way as we chase our dreams, but delays are preparation. Just because God isn't working in your timetable, it doesn't mean He doesn't care. He cares. He's just working in a different level than yours. And you should not give up. Don't give up chasing your dreams, because that dream, because of those dreams are God's given dreams. Don't give up upon the ministry that God has entrusted to you or called you to do. Don't give up in the relationship that you're trying to ignite. Don't give up in the relationship. I'm telling you. Don't give up in the relationship. Divorce is not an option. God has not given up on you. Don't ever give up on Him. He's just preparing you. He's just preparing you into something greater. And I like the Waymaker song. Even though I don't see that you're working, Lord. Even I don't feel that you're working, Lord. You never stop. You never stop working. You never stop. You never stop working. And like what David said, be patient and wait for the Lord to act. Be patient and wait for the Lord to act. Don't get upset when someone gets ahead. And sometimes we feel upset because, oh, they're ahead of me and they're already successful here in Canada. They've been having this time, they're great time together. Come on, don't be angry and frustrated. Do not fret. That only leads to trouble. I remember last year when I was spending time with God because it was our 10 years here in Canada in September. I was like, Lord, I'm 10 years already here, but Lord, I only have one house. I want another house. Lord, I only have one car. I want more cars. Lord, I only have one wife. I want to keep that. I want to keep that way, okay? I want to keep that forever till that was part. What I'm trying to say, if you compare yourself, you'll start to get frustrated because someone is ahead of you. That should not be the case. God has a different timetable for different person. No one waited for 100 years. People mocked him. People insulted him, criticized him daily. But he remained faithful to God. Abraham and Sarah waited for 25 years because God has promised them, hey, you will have this son. His name is Isaac, and you will have him. And they waited long years until they have Isaac. Joseph waited for 13 years. He was sold to slavery by his own brother and then been imprisoned in Egypt for wrong accusations. But he remained faithful to God. Moses waited for a total of 80 years. 40 years in the wilderness while waiting for God to call him, and another 40 years in the journey out of Egypt to the promised land. 80 years, can you imagine? Hannah and Elkanah waited for 19 years to have Prophet Samuel, the one that anointed King David. And David, he was anointed, he was teenager, but he waited 15 years to be proclaimed as the king of Israel. He was persecuted. Saul was tried to kill him, but he became faithful till the end. Job waited for almost 4 years. He endured the immense suffering and loss, but he continued to trust God and waited for his restoration and deliverance from all his suffering. The apostles waited for the Holy Spirit to come for almost 2 months. Jesus promised you will have the Holy Spirit, and then they waited until the Holy Spirit came. Paul waited to start his mission to evangelize the Gentiles, to evangelize the non-Jews. Jesus waited for 30 years. He knows that what he is going to do, but he waited for the time for him to start his ministry. He waited. Lazarus waited for 4 days inside the tomb. Can you imagine? Jesus can come there on the first day, or Jesus can come and he doesn't need to go to the tomb. But he waited for the tomb for 4 days, right? Simeon, Hannah, Zechariah, Elizabeth, the parents of John the Baptist, they waited for so long. Jacob, Daniel, Nehemiah, Jonah, Isaiah, you name it in the book of the Bible, Old and New Testament, people waited. And to those who waited, one thing is amazing. At the end of their story, you can see great things happen to those people who wait patiently to the Lord. You may be waiting. You may be in the waiting room of God this very moment. You're waiting for your PR application. You're waiting for work permit. You're waiting for your husband to change. You're waiting for your wife to change. You're waiting for your kids to come back and serve. You're waiting for your kids to join you every Sunday. You're waiting for your kids to serve in the ministry. You're waiting that your whole household will serve God. You're waiting for whatever you're dreaming and hoping this year. I'm telling you, keep waiting and keep trusting God. When you are in the waiting room, God is working. He is preparing you for something great ahead of you. He is grooming you to be the kind of person He wants you to be. Trust Him. He knows what is best for you. Be patient with God. Best things in this world are waiting for. God is never in a hurry. Yes, He can do things like in a blink of an eye, a snap of your fingers. He can do great things, and sometimes He would do it. Sometimes He would do miracles right away. But He's working so big, large than what you could think or imagine. So big, larger than your agenda, larger than your time frame, larger than your plans and dreams. The delay that comes into our lives are necessary. They are needed to fulfill God's promises and purpose in your life. You stay in the waiting room and wait for Him patiently. That is not a delay. That is God's training ground for you. God's preparation for you. And while you are in the waiting room, you will get out stronger. You will get out better. You will get out wiser. Because the best things happen to those people who are waiting for Him. Dead ends, on the other hand, are not actually the end. They are God's protection for you. It's just a matter of perspective. The things that are hopeless, the things that seems no progress, don't think it's the end. It's called a new direction. It's called a new consideration, new evaluation, a new reflection. It's a call for us to improve. It's a call for us to improvise. It's a call for us to do something new this year. It's a call for us to trust God again. It's a call for us to trust God seriously this time and let Him do His thing. Do you remember the time that you are heading to somewhere and then without any expectations, you ended up in some place in an unexpected destination, and it happens to be blessing in disguise? It's a better view. We're going to this lake, but wow, this lake is better than the other lake. We're going to another view to see this view, but wow, this is a better spot, a better view, better than what you were expected. That is dead end in life. It could be heartbreaking for a moment. It could be disappointing. But God, that is God's divine redirection. It doesn't make sense in some cases. Why, Lord? Why you allow these things to happen? Until you see what lies ahead, then you will understand why God causes those things to happen. When things are out of your control, don't ever think that God is not in control. He is. And Jesus Himself said this. What is impossible for people, what is impossible because we cannot get ahead, it's dead end. I did everything I could, but now I'm stuck here. It's impossible for me to pass this stage, but nothing is impossible with God. Everything is possible for God. His ways are different, and I guarantee you, His ways are better than your ways. His plans are greater than your plans. You may not understand it, but He has a plan. It seems that He's not working, but He has a plan. He has a way, and He knows His way is way better than yours. Just trust Him. It is not a dead end. It is a protection. Yes, it could be uncomfortable. It could be hard, but God is not after your comfort. He's after your character. He is molding you to be the kind of person He wants you to be. He's preparing you. He's protecting you. And all other difficulties that we may face in our life, those are all precaution. When I say precaution, it's God's warning. It's God's testing. Life is a test. And the choice is yours. To pass the test or to repeat the test. Again and again. God is just testing you. You have a dream. You made decision to chase this dream. Along the way, you experience difficulties. Those are all God's testing. He's testing you how you would respond. As we chase our dreams this year, I hope we will pass all the tests. So we will have another set of dreams next year. We will have another set of tests to take next year. Otherwise, if we will not pass the test this year, we will repeat again next year. Then we will repeat again. And we will go in circles again and again. People will make New Year's resolution 2023. That is the same New Year's resolution in 2024. And if we will not do something and pass the test, we will have the same New Year's resolution in 2025. Go in a circle. All the difficulties are all God's precaution, all God's testings. God is testing you and me. And Jesus said, in this world, one thing I guarantee you, you will experience troubles. One thing I guarantee you, you will experience challenges. But take courage, take heart. I have overcome the world. And as we chase these dreams, there will be troubles ahead. There will be storms to experience. There will be battles to fight. There will be challenges to face. But God will always be with us in every trouble. Will fight for us in every battle. Will sustain us in every challenge. And will calm the storm of life if we keep our trust in Him. Because He said, I have overcome the world. Yes, you will have troubles, but I will be there for you. It's just a matter of right perspective. It's all about perspective. When you have a right mindset, you can overcome the obstacles you may face in life. You can overcome God as you chase God's dreams for you this year. You can overcome all the barriers. I shared with you last week about Walt Disney, right? And I just want to share what he said. He said, all the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happened, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. Walt Disney is known as a successful filmmaker and a theme park creator. But you know, Disney first started drawing as a way of escape from an abusive parent. It's a way of escape. He's drawing because he's been abused by his parent. He was fired from his first animation job at Kansas City. That's what I mentioned last week. They said, you don't have enough imagination. His first cartooning business went bankrupt. His acting attempt were a failure. He finally found his success when he created the character Mickey Mouse. But he had been through many, many hardships in life. His career was full of ups and downs. But his perseverance is the one that always got him through the hard times of life. Now, as I mentioned, Walt Disney is almost $100 billion worth. It's all a matter of perspective. Change the way you look at delays. Change the way you look at the waiting room of God. Change the way you look at dead ends. Change the way you look at troubles and difficulties in life. Trust God, because if you belong to Him, He will get you through. He will help you achieve your dreams. If God placed those dreams in your heart, He will make it happen in His perfect timing. Trust Him. And King David said, the Lord's people may suffer many troubles, but the Lord saves them from them all. Yes, we will experience troubles. This year, I'm telling you, yes, we will. And that's one thing that I prepare myself. I ask God, Lord, what are the things that we will face problems this year? There will be delays, there will be dead ends, there will be difficulties. But we know those things are for our preparation, for our protection, for our precaution. God is just redirecting us. God is just molding us for something great to happen this year. My challenge and my encouragement to all of you, have a right perspective. Be a victor, not a victim. Have a victor mindset. Let go of the victim card. Defeat all the obstacles that you're going to face this year. And I can assure you, the Lord your God will go ahead of you and fight for you. And He will save you from all those things.